If you're an athlete, you don't want to be consuming death. You want to be eating life. You want to be eating plants.
I mean, carbohydrates is like our preferred fuel source, right?
So I only train about 45 minutes a day.
I see people focusing way too much on protein.
Meat-based diet is obviously unhealthy.
So a typical day of eating for me just basically looks like...
So I don't wake up and have the typical sort of bodybuilder breakfast of 5 eggs and that sort of thing. I like to get a serving of oats first thing in the morning, good amount of complex carbs, hit some fiber as well, and I'll chuck in a scoop of protein powder in there just to bolster the plant-based protein, some chia seeds for the omega-3 fatty acids, some berries for the antioxidants, and then some plant milk, maybe some almond milk or something just to go with that. Hits the spot nicely and just sets me up for the day.
So for breakfast, I normally do one big smoothie. That's normally the easiest thing to take on in the morning. It'll be normally some almond milk. It'll do a scoop of protein. I'll have chia seeds. I'll have flax seeds. I'll have loads of berries. Berries are very good for reducing inflammation in the body. And I'll normally do some type of peanut butter too, depending on if I'm bulking or if I'm cutting. It's much nicer with the peanut butter.
I like to work out early in the day. I fasted, I just feel best and I feel strongest then. So I'll do that. Once I get home from working out, that's when I start eating. So I usually have like a big smoothie or a smoothie bowl. So just like lots of bananas, some dates, lots of greens. Sometimes I'll put a scoop of plant-based protein powder in there as well. Some flaxseed or hemp seed for those healthy omega-3 fatty acids. And yeah, just blend it all up. And if it's a smoothie bowl, put some granola on there. I love my granola.
First thing I always start with is a smoothie. It's really easy to get in. For me, it's really hard to eat solid food right in the beginning of the day. So I'll do a smoothie. It's about 1,000 calories, maybe 1,200 calories.
I usually have like 5 meals a day. I start with breakfast, that is oat porridge with lots of fruits like blueberries, banana, and pretty much everything that is in season.
I love variety, and so every day is different. But today was oatmeal for breakfast, topped with blueberries and cinnamon. The oats are really anti-inflammatory as well as delicious, and the cinnamon and blueberries are both great sources of antioxidants, which aid in recovery from intense workouts.
I wake up pretty early in the morning, around 5:30, and I make myself a big bowl of oats. I boil the oats up in soy milk, adds a lot of protein to the mix and nutrition to the mix, and I sprinkle some green powdered stevia on there, the whole leaf kind that's ground up, dried up and ground up for my sweetener. And I put some cinnamon on top of that and some walnuts. So that's my breakfast.
Either have like oatmeal or a smoothie for breakfast, which is, you know, a bunch of carbohydrates, gets you going in the morning, a lot of fiber and antioxidants, great stuff that will boost your health, you know, from the get-go, which is amazing.
So when I make up a meal, I look in terms of food groups. So I make sure I have a legume, a whole grain, good range of different kind of vegetables, emphasizing leafy greens, a little fruit, little nuts and seeds. So breakfast time, this may look like a smoothie or porridge. The next couple of meals I'll typically steam or steam fry some vegetables, boil some grain, typically quinoa.
You know, it depends. Sometimes I'll just eat twice in a day if I'm not too hungry. But, you know, if I do have lunch, sometimes it'll just be like peanut butter on toast with some banana on it, something simple, or I'll have oatmeal with a bunch of berries. And then for dinner, it's almost always like a big stir fry, just with like, you know, quinoa and rice, a whole bunch of veggies. Sometimes I'll have some tofu or tempeh on there as well.
And then the next thing after my workout will usually be something that's really heavy in carbs. So usually have like 4 or 5 potatoes, baked potatoes, with maybe half a block to a block of tofu also baked.
And for lunch, it was a burrito with black beans, avocado, and sweet potato.
A large Buddha bowl. So a Buddha bowl is just like one big bowl. It's got a base of some type of grain. Normally it's either rice or quinoa or lentils. Typically lentils has the most protein, so I tend to go for more lentils. And then I'll do another base on top of that of green vegetables. It doesn't matter what type of veggies it is, as long as it's green and packed with micronutrients. Next thing would be some type of added protein source. So it'd be primarily tofu or tempeh. I don't eat as many artificial meats or mock meats as I did before. I just kind of go for more of the whole foods nowadays. And then I'll do avocado as well as some type of sauce. Normally it's some type of either hot sauce. It depends on, again, whether I'm bulking or cutting. It'll be tahini, which can be more calorically dense if I'm bulking, and it'll be more like salsa if I am trying to conserve my calories. So really I'll just eat 2 or 3 of those types of meals throughout the day. And I'll snack on some just some fruit or nuts. It's really not too complicated. It's pretty simple. It's not sexy, but it works.
Probably gonna be some kind of burrito bowl with beans, rice, lots of veggies like a vegetable stir fry, all that stuff. Sometimes I add some tofu, I can make some pasta and all of that, but it's pretty simple. I try to follow a whole foods plant-based diet, so I don't eat many processed stuff. I try to keep it very natural and healthy.
My lunch, which could be something like a tofu scramble with asparagus, broccoli, mushrooms, and maybe some quinoa, for example, or maybe I'll have like avocado toast or something similar like that. So there's so many options. Like I don't have a fixed diet plan. I do a lot of different things. I eat differently every day.
And dinner time, my partner Gemma will cook something. So lately we've been having baked chips, and she'll make like a bean dip, and we'll serve that with vegetables or salad.
Dinner was a delicious lentil and rice curry with beetroot and rocket salad, which are both great sources of nitrates that aid in vasodilation, increasing blood flow, and beetroot juice has actually been shown in studies to increase bench press endurance by 19%, allowing me to get more reps in the gym.
For dinner, I usually do pretty much the same thing as lunch. I just get a cereal in there, like pasta, beans, or even potatoes, get some vegetables, and then get some legumes or tofu, senta, all of that stuff. And then I usually have a very small meal before going to bed, like a small oat porridge, and that's pretty much it, like really simple stuff.
So later in the day, I may have something like cube seitan with some soy sauce and a big bowl of brown rice with some steamed broccoli on that. And then maybe later in the day after that, maybe a couple hours before I go to sleep, I'll have like a little light snack or something. It varies, changes from day to day.
For dinner, my favorite thing right now is burrito bowls. I'm just a big fan of rice, beans, veggies, guacamole, and salsa. It's just a great combination and so simple to make and delicious. So that's like one of my favorite dinners right now.
The next meal will probably be pasta, and I'll usually do maybe about 1,000 calories of like whole grain pasta, but then I'll throw one serving of like a bean pasta, so like black bean or a zucchini bean pasta, and it helps me get protein in. So there's 24 grams of protein in for those bean pastas. So I just add that in there. And then the last thing, it always rotates. Like I eat a lot of different stuff. But lately I know it's kind of extra, but I've been making my own dough and then my own marinara. So I've been making my own pizzas, which is like another maybe 1,500 to 2,000 calories. And then I have different meals, but that's like what I ate right before I came to London.
Why plant protein trumps animal protein is because it's simply not bad for you. It doesn't kill you. It doesn't cause you to have heart attacks or heart disease or diabetes or high blood pressure. You know, animal protein has been proven to be bad for you. You know, cholesterol, blood pressure, illness, disease. So if you're an athlete, you don't want to be consuming death. You want to be eating life. You want to be eating plants. You know, eating an animals is effectively filtering your nutrients through a dead animal's body instead of going straight to the source. The energy comes from plants. Animals get that energy only because they've eaten the plants. So everyone wants to cut out the middle man, or the middle animal, should I say. So I don't know why they just don't do that and come get some plant power, man.
Simple, man. It's not hard. It's not expensive. It's like just, you know, all the foods that we're used to eating just without the meat.